Good day, leaders and soon to be leaders. Thanks for watching live here on YouTube, The Stressless Boss. This is a space that has been carefully crafted and is dedicated to motivate, uplift, and educate you on the art of calm leadership. Welcome. Whether you're leading a team at work, inspiring young minds at school, managing a hospital, navigating the corporate world, this is a space where we all can come together as one to help make life less stressful and a bit more enjoyable. You are welcome. Friends and family, if you're just tuning in, it's blessed to see you guys here on today. And I really want to say thanks to everyone that is tuned in. I just want to let you guys know again, you are very welcome and your presence is greatly appreciated. Thanks for joining the live. Now, before we get started, I want to go over these three things that I want you guys to always remember. I want you guys to know that these three things are very conducive to calm leadership. Number one, leaders inspire, bosses perspire. Yeah, I know that's corny. I know that's corny. Number two, a true leader is someone people follow. Bosses just tell you what to do. I think we all can understand that, right? Being a boss means that you have all the answers. Being a leader means you know where to Google them. Amen to that, right? Just want to let you guys know today's episode is titled Following Instructions. Before we get started, we will always start with the word. But before we get into the word, I want you to take a moment and listen to the smooth jazz of the Stressless Boss soundtrack. And while you're listening to the soundtrack, I want you to take a second to yourself. I want you to sit down, relax your mind, and just breathe. Now that you've taken a moment to sit down and relax, I want you to ask yourself these 5 questions, okay? Number one, what's causing you to have stress today? What is it? What's going on? Was it something at work? Was it something that family did? Was it your car? Was it your paycheck? Was it how you felt today? Are you sick? Number two, what's that tension that's weighing on your shoulder? We all have things that we carry, but we can't do it all. You can't do it all by yourself. That's why the Stressless Boss is here for you to help provide support. Number three, can you handle it? Can you handle the stress that you're getting? If it's something that you can handle, go ahead and knock it out. Number four, do you already have the solution, or is there something new that you could try? There are times in our lives where we might have the solution right there in front of us. Sometimes it requires us to try something new. Sometimes we have to put away those old things. Number five, most importantly, whatever's causing you that stress, is it within your control? If you have control over whatever's causing you stress, just make some changes. Just make some changes. If you answered any of those questions and there were no or I don't know, I got one thing for you to do. And I say this all the time, over and over and over again. The best thing that you can do is let it go. Don't hang on to all this old stuff that's causing you stress, that's weighing you down. Sometimes you got to let go and let God have it. But even if you don't want to do that, I got an option for you. If you want to make a change today, if you want to change your life today, I got the best option for you. And it's going to require you to update your resume and your cover letter. Whenever you're ready to take the next step and pivot into the right direction and start leveling up on in your life or getting a fresh start, head on over to www.guestcareerservices.com. They're helping people just like you and me master the game of life with career coaches. They will help you find your purpose. They have a rate that I don't think anybody can beat. They will make sure that you get all the coaching that you need virtually. You don't have to go into the office. You can schedule it on the website at www.guestcareerservices.com. Now, as people are listening into this YouTube podcast, The Stressless Boss, I want you guys to share your thoughts in the chat. Let me know if it's your first time. Let me know how stressful your day is. And just let me know where you're from, where you're watching. How did you hear about this show? Please feel free to let me know how you feel, what you think about the channel, and how we can keep improving this space. I would like to keep this space as a space where people can come when they have had a stressful day at work. I want to be able to uplift you, motivate you, and inspire you on the art of calm leadership. So at this time, I want you to sit back in your seat, take a deep breath from the stress that you had today, and connect in the chat. No matter where you are or what you're doing, no matter what kind of work you do, this is a space for you. Welcome. If you just now tuning in, the Stressless Boss back. Thanks for joining. If you just started joining this live, welcome to the Stressless Boss podcast. The topic of today is following the instructions. If you're in the gym or in the car, on your way to work, on the way home, on the way to church, turn me up. If you're in a quiet space or you're at work, in the office, please turn me down in respect for others. Please let the ones you love know that the Stressless Boss is on. All right. If you're just tuning in, thanks for joining the Stressless Boss podcast. Again, the title for this live episode today is Following Instructions. Wow, following instructions, right? That's a deep one. Well, I tried to follow instructions yesterday. I was prepared. I was ready to go. I had all my equipment up, had the lights ready, my clothes ready, my lines, script, everything ready to go to give you guys this message that I have on today, yesterday. Well, sometimes in life, things don't happen the way that they should. And sometimes we have to pray and ask for guidance. And when we receive those instructions, it's important to follow them to the T. But even I myself, I'm a witness to explain to you guys that sometimes it's very hard to follow instructions. Now, when we think about instructions, we think about what someone is telling you to do or what somebody is asking you to do. Some people might tell you, some people might ask you to do certain things. We all got different type of perspectives, right? Some of us like to be asked what to do. Some of us like to be told what to do. But I can relate, and I'm a witness, and I don't mind admitting that I struggle with both at times. I want you guys to think about that. Just think about that for a minute. Say to yourself, say self. I don't hear y'all. I don't think nobody said self. All right. I want y'all to say self. Do I struggle with following instructions? It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. As you do that, I want you to look over to that bed you laying in. I want you to look over to that couch, that chair, that computer desk that you have. I want you to look over to those things. I want you to look at the car that you drive. I want you to look at that burger that you about to put in your mouth, them fries that you about to consume. I want you to ask yourself, did I make that? Somebody else made it, right? Somebody else created it. That's a very important question to ask yourself at times, especially when you're stressed out, especially when you're dealing with things. Is it your company that you're working for? Or are you working for somebody else? Are you just a teammate or you're a leader? Are you the person in charge of everything or you're just a person that's participating? You should ask yourself that. The reason why you should is because understanding things about how they were created is very important. A lot of times we get frustrated about things that we didn't create, that we did not design. We didn't make the process. We didn't build that dresser. Well, when you think about that, just take a moment and say to myself, okay, how can I pack up this dresser? How can I pack up this bed and just move it out the house? I bet you a lot of y'all can do it. I bet you a lot of y'all can do it. So there are particular instructions that you have to follow to even put up a bed. There are particular instructions that you have to follow in order to take down a bed and take down a dresser. But a lot of us, once we get done installing that bed, installing that dresser, or updating the software on your computer, we throw it away. We toss it, right? Now, I know I talk a lot about letting stuff go and making space for new things. The reason that is because a lot of times, in order for us to learn a new process, we got to let some things go. We can't hold on to everything. Sometimes we have to go through a process of loosening things up so we can retain and regain new information that'll make us better. There's absolutely nothing wrong with eating that burger and eating that fry, but just understand the process of what it's going to do to your body. Understand how it's going to break down. Understand how it's going to digest in your system. A lot of times we're not thinking about that. We're just wanting to enjoy it. And I can admit, sometimes I enjoy eating a burger or two. I love going to Whataburger and getting a double burger with fries and a Coke. But if I continue to do that, I won't have these games. It just won't happen. I might not be stressful while I'm eating it. I might be super happy. But you know what? I'm gonna pay for it in the end. Because when I get up to get ready to do these 5 miles, I'll be hurting a little bit, you know. But back on topic, I just want to make sure we understand that the things that we have, did we create? Did you make it? Did you follow the instructions in putting it up? When God made man, he created a great thing, a beautiful thing. That's why one of the commandments is, thou shalt not kill. Why should we be killing what God has made? We shouldn't be. So people, I just want to encourage you. Make sure you're following instructions. Make sure you're doing what's right. As we talk about in my past episode, do it with your whole heart. Don't do it shorthandedly. Always do things with your whole heart because you have all the power you need right here. All right, before I dive off into a whole other topic, let's get into the Word of God, all right? All right, the Word of God comes from Proverbs chapter 1, verse 8, and it reads, my son, listen to your father's instructions and do not reject your mother's teaching. In this verse, they use sons. You can put whatever you want to put in there. You can put associate, you can put daughter, you can put niece, you can put uncle, you can put dad, grandfather. We all need to follow instructions at times. A lot of times, as they said when I was growing up, your parent knows what's best for you. But a lot of times we grow up and people reject it. Well, the Bible says right here in Proverbs 1 and 8, do not reject your mother's and father's teaching. Okay? That verse emphasizes the importance of parental guidance. Y'all gotta excuse my French, okay? I said parental guidance. Okay? Now, parental guidance is something that's very important for us to follow as children when we're growing up. A lot of times our parents, they understand what's best for us. I'm gonna go into a childhood story as an example of what stories we were told when we were kids. And the story entails about David and Goliath. And that story is found in the Old Testament in the book of Samuel. I think we all should know about David and Goliath, right? A lot of us may know about the story. Maybe some of us don't know about the story. But I'm going to tell you about it a little bit here, okay? So it's about a tale of a young shepherd. His name is David. David is a very strong name in the Bible. He defeated the Philistine warrior named Goliath. Now, David did this in single combat. He had nothing, I mean, absolutely nothing besides these three things. And guess what y'all think these three things were? You think it was a gun? You think it was an iPhone? You know how we deal with today's society? Before anything goes public, there's a phone in somebody's hand, right? Before we go to battle, we got to go and fight and get mad before we have evidence or proof of what we did. But when David came to battle, all he had was his faith, a sling, and a stone. That's all he had. Now, a lot of us going into fights and stuff like that, we ain't even thinking about no sling and no stone. A lot of us not even having faith when it's time to battle. A lot of us are trapped into fear. And that's one of the worst things that you can have. Now, Goliath, you think Goliath was fearful? He had no reason to be fearful. You know why? Because he was big, he was tall, he was heavily armed, and he thought that he could beat anybody. He challenged everybody every day to a battle. And you know, the only one person that volunteered to go fight Goliath, it was David. He was the only one that chose to say, you know what, I'm gonna move forward and fight him. Everybody else didn't want to. Nobody wanted to. But as we all know, Goliath was defeated. Even though he thought he was big, bad, he was armed, he was rocked up, David said, hey, none of that matters, man. I'm gonna follow what God told me to do. Now, to relate that and break it down to real life of us working for someone, I want you to understand, number one, is that there will always be life challenges at work. Okay? No matter what you go through in life, you will have challenges. The Israelites and the Philistines were at war. They were fighting against each other. Goliath, who was the Philistine warrior, he was the one pursuing the challenges of the Israelites every day. Every day you go to work, they're gonna be sending emails. Every day you leave work, they're gonna be talking about you. You're gonna have people in groups that do not want to see you shine. You will have people that will acknowledge your greatness and see how big and bold you are. But they will do whatever they can do to strike fear into your heart. But I'm here as the Stressless boss at 6:30 to remind you and inspire you to know, stay strong. Don't give up. Keep yourself uplifted. Surround yourself with the right type of people. Do not let fear get in the way. Be like David. No matter how big the battle is, no matter what the position is that they hold, don't give up. Keep pushing. Don't give in. Number two, you need to have the courage just like David did and keep going. Just because you had a bad day at work today, maybe your boss had to give you some accountability, maybe you had to write some people up and some people mad at you. Whatever the case may be, continue to have the courage to keep going. You know, along with that story I did share, but King Saul was initially hesitant to accept the challenge to fight Goliath. So you had a whole king. Now I think a lot of y'all can relate to this when you go to work every day. When you go to work every day, there is something that you know that the boss can handle, but he don't want to handle it. He don't want to handle it. And you know what? Sometimes you take the opportunity and say, you know what? I'll take care of it. Let me jump in. I'm a living witness. I never hesitate to jump in front of an assignment. Anything that's going on at work, I don't mind putting my hand up and say, you know what? I got it. I don't mind taking initiative. And you know why that is? It's because what challenges you and you keep moving through that, you learn more lessons. You shine more. You grind more. Now, I'm not saying go to work and do everything for everybody. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying go to work and do everything for everybody. What I'm saying is, whenever there are challenges, I need you to have the courage and to be inspired and know that you're not doing this alone. Because at 6:30, the Stressless boss gonna be on, and I'm gonna push you to get it done. But like I said, King Saul didn't want to do it. He hesitated. If y'all ever watched basketball or was at a stop sign, you hesitated to make this stop, and everybody in the car felt your hesitation. Well, same thing happens at work. When you hesitate to do action, everybody's noticing it. When you see the right thing to do and you don't do it because you don't have the courage, everybody notices. So don't be afraid to volunteer like this young shepherd boy named David did in a fight with a giant. If he can do it, I know you guys can do it. Number three, the encounter and the alignment with the task when you're following instructions. When you're getting ready to put those instructions and those parts together, you got to try to figure it out. You got to try to be like, oh, do I put the screw in this way? Do I hold it up this way? You have to align yourself with the tools that you're using to get the task done. Think about what David was thinking when he walked up to Goliath. He saw this big tall giant standing, right? And everybody mocked him because he was a young small boy. He was a shepherd boy. Shepherd boys ain't strong. They're small. All they do is walk and move sheep around, right? I mean, they do a whole lot more as a shepherd, but for for small facts, I mean, they're not doing a whole lot of heavy lifting. They're not picking up the goats and the sheep. So just understand, you got to align yourself with the task that's ahead too. No matter what it is, keep going, keep pushing. Number four, the battle, the challenge. When David came into the battle, he didn't have much. All he had was a sling and a stone. He ran toward Goliath and threw the stone and hit him in his forehead, causing him to fall. Now, some of us feel like we're only going to get a position because we have all of these accolades. As I said before, people are not understanding their purpose. They're only understanding what someone else tells them. I'm not here to tell you what you should do and how you should do it. I'm only here to encourage you and motivate you to understand you have to find your own purpose. You have to talk to God or whoever you want to talk to understand why were you sent here on this earth. I know mine. Do you know yours? David knew his. David knew that he would become a hero, which was his victory. Because after he defeated Goliath, they cut his head off. He cut his head off. That's what they did back then. Okay? And then he went on to become a king of Israel. How can you beat that? How can you beat that? Okay? Give it up for David. Yeah, I know y'all know that story. I know. But just like David, he followed instructions. Now we're here in 2025. Okay? We have to follow instructions. But in order to follow instructions, we have to understand how to keep the distractions away. You got to want to keep these distractions away. And in order to follow instructions, you got to eliminate the distractions first. That's the first step to follow any instruction. Whether your mom give you instructions, whether your auntie give you instructions, whether your boss give you instructions, even if you're a personal trainer, when you give people instructions, the number one thing they say, put your phone away. Put it away. Because I can't get to you and I can't focus you and get you to train and lock in with me because you're too busy scrolling. You're too busy looking on YouTube. Just let it wait. But I know a lot of y'all, it's just not that easy. It's not that easy, okay? So I got 5 things for y'all so that way it can help y'all stop becoming distracted. I want you to ask yourself, am I easily distracted? Put it in the chat. Are you easily distracted? Yes or no? Yes or no? All right, here are the 5 ways to stop getting distracted when you are given a task, okay? Number 1, I need you to plan your day. I need you to be intentional about the growth and the success or failure that you're going to fall into. Not everything you do will be exactly complete 100%. Some things you do, you're gonna fail. Like I said before, in order to be the GOAT, you gotta drop the L in your goal. Somebody gotta take the L. Sometimes those small L's get you to that next W. So it's okay to take an L sometimes. But I need you to plan your day. Be intentional. Intentional is very important in planning. When you know what's happening the next day and the next day and the next day, you can prepare. You can plan it. Number two, I need you to set times to get your task completed. If you already know up here how long it's going to take you to write a paper, if you already know up here how long it's going to take you to get to work, a lot of y'all know y'all don't show up to work on time. Let's get to that. Okay. Some of y'all be late to meeting. So just start planning your tasks. All right. If you don't know how long it takes, write it down. Every small thing matters. Just write it down and see, okay, I thought this would take 10 minutes to do. Did it take me 10 minutes? Okay, it didn't take me 10 minutes. All right, the next time I write down this task, I know it should only take me 5 minutes to do. This is going to help you eliminate distraction. Number three, understanding the urges that you have when you want to do something else. I can tell you right now, I'm doing this YouTube podcast right now. Right now, what I really want to do, what my urges to do, is to log off right now and go outside and walk 5 miles. That's what I want to do today because I want to eat a big fat burger on Friday. Stressless boss is ready to eat bad, which I will agree to say everyone needs to have a cheat day. Nothing wrong with that. You got to reward yourself when you put yourself through stress and turmoil. Okay? In order to grow, that's the process. So understand what those urges are. Because I know I'm going to go to the gym after this, I can ignore those urges. I don't have to fall into the urge of wanting to log off right now when I'm speaking to the people that's tuned in here at the Stressless Boss. It's a blessing to be here before you guys on today. But you got to understand what those urges are. And y'all know y'all got them urges. It's okay. I'm just here to encourage you. Understand what those urges are. Number four, check yourself when you have dead space. If y'all wondering what that is, that's when you complete a task and you know you might have something else to do, but because you don't want to find out what you got next to do, or you know what's next to do, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna go take a little break. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go look at my phone for maybe 10 to 5 minutes. You know, just understand when you don't utilize that dead space the right way, it knocks your focus off. Now you got to try to jump back on the track and be like, okay, I'm done with all that right now. Let me try to get back in there. So check yourself when you have that dead space, okay? Number five, the other people that are around you, they should be helping you stay on task and to stay focused to see that task be completed. This is the number one thing I see when I'm leading and managing multiple teams. The people that they're on the team with don't even care if they complete the task or not. Now, that's crazy to me. I really don't understand how you can be on a team and nobody cares about what you're doing. They only care about what they're doing. In my mind, I'm like, why are you even on the team? A team means that we're working together. We're in this together. We're in this together to become one. It's not an individual effort here. Every person on the team matters. So you should always have people that are around you that's wanting to help you stay clear and stay connected on your task. I hope you guys got that registered. And the last bonus that I got for you is celebrate that task whenever you completed it. Whenever you finally complete that task and you have understood it's done, it might not be perfect, it might not be 80%, it might not be 70%, but it's done. I will hope that you will do it with your whole heart, as we talked about in my past episode. But whenever you celebrate that it's done, Do not, I repeat, do not look for immediate gratification. Don't look for immediate gratification, okay? The only gratitude that you should be giving right now is to that man up there. No matter what you do, if you lose a pound, if you get an A, if you get a B, if you get a C, you should be thanking God that it happened when you completed the task versus looking towards someone else to come by and immediately be like, oh, you did a great job. You did a great job. Don't do that. Because when you're trying to strive to be success doesn't happen with everyone always in your corner saying, great job. It doesn't work like that. The way success happens is when people aren't looking. It's when people aren't paying attention to what's going on. It's when people do not know your every move. That's where success happens. You just have to keep going and following the instructions and understanding how to push away those distractions. It's not easy, but following instructions, it sounds simple, but it's actually a skill that can make a big difference in how you learn, in how you work, and how you connect with others. It's major. It's major. Once you learn how to follow instructions, you shouldn't have no problems with your relationship. You shouldn't have no problems being stressed at work. You should be stressless at work. You should be able to follow the process and the SOPs, as they call it, standard operating procedures that you didn't know. You should be able to follow the instructions to understand how to do things step by step. But for those of you guys that don't know how to follow things step by step in following instructions, I got you right here too. Number one, whenever somebody's giving you instructions, please pause before you begin following the instructions, okay? I just want you to take a moment. Just take a moment to yourself. Don't rush it. Don't try to do something really fast, especially if it's something that you've never done before, okay? Don't try to rush and get things done when someone's giving you an order. Just take a second and make sure that you have yourself, that you're fully present in what you're about to do. Some of y'all try to get tasks and somebody tells you what to do, but your mind is thinking about what I did on Friday, what I did in Jamaica last week, what I'm gonna do tonight when I get out of work. A lot of y'all not even thinking about what's going on at work. And y'all know what I'm talking about. A lot of y'all have y'all mind in the wrong place when it's time to do things when you get to work. And that could be the number one thing why you're being stressed at work. It's because your attention and your focus is not on work. It's on everything else. But I can understand the way social media is, the way Instagram is, the way YouTube is. I understand that there are so many things that just takes our focus away. Number two, if you're struggling with following instructions, listen carefully to the person that's giving the instruction. Pay close attention. Listen to every word that they're giving you. No matter what it is they say, follow the instruction. And also understand what's the intention behind the task that you're about to do. I ain't saying go be a fool that somebody say go get a blowtorch and put some fire to a gas can. I understand that those were the instructions that you were given, but sometimes take heed and have discernment into what the intentions are from the person that's giving you the instructions. You still have to think. Just because someone is giving you instructions doesn't mean that you just go do it. So make sure you ask these questions. Are there specific steps to this procedure? And is there a timeline? Some of us get tricked and we become very stressed out at work because we're not asking the right questions. We're not asking to see if there are specific steps that we need to follow in order to complete the task. We're not asking if there's a specific timeline that we should be going through and dissecting to make sure that we're on task with the instructions that we were given. So ask those two questions, okay? Number three, break it down. If you're trying to follow instructions, break it down. Don't make a big mistake. Don't overwhelm yourself because it's a big task. Break that thing up. Break it up. Break it up into smaller, manageable parts, pieces, whatever it is that you're working on, whatever assignment that you have. The golden nugget with breaking it down is write it down too. Write down the steps. Form yourself and make checkpoints so you can check your progress. A lot of us are given instructions and we don't break it down. We don't write it down. The boss comes in and he's talking to you, or they're giving you instructions and they're telling you to do something. And it can be very simple. A lot of y'all won't even get a pen and paper and say, let me jot that down. A lot of y'all won't even do that. And I'm telling you, that's another reason why you're stressed out. You won't take the time to write down things, to make checkpoints through the process. Have you ever worked with someone and they had done the task that you were just assigned to, and they had all the notes, they had all the checkpoints, they had everything that could make your process easy? Have y'all ever seen that before? I know I have. I know I've worked with plenty of people that have the mindset to say, you know what, let me write these steps down. Because the idiot before me didn't do so, and I fell into all these different traps. Well, people, that's the power of relationship and connection. When you have a relationship with that man up there, and you use that relationship for down here on earth, the people that are on your team, they're going to notice it. They're going to know that you have a positive and healthy relationship with the man above, if you're really walking in that light. But if you're fortunate enough to have that person share those notes with you, it makes your process a lot easier. It makes the issues and the stress that you might go through a little bit better. And that's why I'm creating this space here, the Stressless Boss. I want to make sure that whatever challenges that you guys are facing in your everyday life at work, that you have a place that can uplift you and inspire you on the art of calm leadership. All of you guys are leaders. If you're not a leader now, you will be a leader. You will be. Just stay tuned in and keep watching these YouTube channels and these shorts that the Stressless Boss is putting out. It's not gonna stop. I'm not waiting on you guys. I'm not waiting on nobody. I'm doing what that man up there told me to do. And that's what's gonna happen. Number 4, clarify what you don't understand when you're giving instruction. If you don't understand and you don't feel like it's real, don't fake it till you make it. I know a lot of people say that. Fake it till you make it. Yep. That's what they want us to do. They want us to fake it till we make it. Don't fake it till you make it. Ask the question. Ask for it to be repeated again, just to make sure you got it right. It's okay to raise your hand and say, you know what? I didn't clearly get understanding on this assignment that you gave me. I want to have a better understanding. Can you please repeat it again? There's nothing wrong with that. It's better to have clarity than confusion. All it's going to do is make you look bad later. Number 5, follow through the process and keep going with whatever you're doing. Just keep going. Follow through the process. When you follow things step by step until it's done, it increases your perspective. You then get respect for following the process. Because then your manager and your boss gonna be like, okay, they got everything, they did everything correctly. He avoided distraction. He wasn't upset. He didn't get pissed off. He just listened. He paid attention. He took out all the distractions and he followed the process and got it done. That's what I'm talking about right there. Follow through. Keep going. Even when ain't nobody looking, ain't nobody tracking you right now. The supervisor's not there. Your boss ain't around. Your employees ain't around. Stay focused. Stay locked in. Number 6, which is the last one, this is very vital for myself, and it's very vital for you too. Okay? Make sure you double check your work. When you think you're done, take a step back and breathe. Take a second to yourself. Take a second to yourself and overlook everything that you've done. Check it out. Reread it. Make sure your spelling right. Make sure your numbers right. Make sure your facts right and your data is right. Check yourself, okay? It's okay to go over it again. Just make sure that you didn't miss anything, all right? I like that one. Double check yourself. All right, the bonus for following instruction is build the habit. Every time you follow instructions well, you train your mind. You become more precise. You become more calm. You become more confident. Once you build that habit, you're going to have a superpower, okay? You're going to have a superpower in school. You're going to have a superpower at work. You're going to have a superpower in your creativity. In everything you do, you will have that superpower because you built that habit of following instructions and eliminating distractions. That's the only way, again, to success. Remember, as we close, success is not just a destination. It's a journey. And that journey is filled with grit, growth, and relentlessness in your belief. So following instructions is only your weekly motivation to make you rise up higher, push further, and unlock your potential, okay? That's what we're doing this for. Make sure you rise up. Make sure you face your fears. It don't matter what the boss say. Just follow the instructions. Pay attention. Make sure you have people that are around you that are able to uplift you through the process. Okay? Here, I will be providing game-changing insights and uplift. And I want this uplift and all this information that I'm sharing, I want it to set you on fire. So when you go back to work tomorrow, you like, yeah, I got this. I was encouraged last night by the Stressless boss. And tell people about it. You know why I'm doing this? Because I want to see you guys conquer your own dream. We all have a purpose. We all have a calling. Don't have self-doubt. Don't let it set in. You have a major impact in the life that you're living. No matter if you got kids, you don't have kids, we are all working, whoever we're working for, you have a major impact. So please, if you don't do it for me, let's go get it. Remember that the Stressless boss said, follow instructions. And the first thing you have to do in following instructions, you got to delete the distraction. All right? You got to make sure you understand to take your time and pause before you begin that task. You got to make sure you listen carefully. You got to break it down step by step. Make things smaller. Set checkpoints. Take notes. You need to make sure you have a clarified understanding of what you got going on. And then last but not least, just follow through the process and double check your work. Once you hit those 5 things, you're going to be on your way to success. But just remember that the Stressless boss said it, you can follow instructions. You can be like David when he faced Goliath. He wasn't afraid. All he had was a sling and a stone. And he slayed a giant, a big dog, as they say, a guy that everybody thought couldn't be defeated. But you know who defeated him? David, a small shepherd boy. So no matter what's going on at work, whatever got you stressed, just remember the story of David and Goliath. You can do it. Even if you got the faith of a mustard seed, I believe in you. And I'm encouraging you here on the Stressless Boss podcast live here on YouTube. I want you guys to please like, subscribe to the channel, and share this with somebody. Hopefully they're inspired by the word that was given today. And let them know that they're not in this alone, and you're there for them as well, to encourage them and inspire them. Don't forget to update your resume and get one-on-one coaching at www.guestcareerservices.com. They got a price you can't beat. I promise you. They have helped me. Check out the Google reviews. They have helped so many other people. Please visit their website and use their services and let them know the Stressless Boss sent you. Be blessed.